we'll see Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 or 5 before that. Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Rams taking the field and leading the way, the man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. And they'll be let out by their quarterback in his second season now from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
I still remember being in Indianapolis at the Combine when the result of Kyler Murray's height was announced. And when the tape measure showed him at a little bit above 5'10", all doubts went out the window, and rightly so. The Cardinals went 5-10-1 with him last year, but he was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy can make great plays with his arm, can scoot with his feet, and has motivated this team and has them on a really good upward trajectory.
He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, and now it's second down. Escaping the pressure. Murray fighting, lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they take over, they'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
On the ground with a tight end.
The tight end.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. From the gun, here's Gold. Got a man open, it's Tyler Higbee. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38.
I think we all understand his disappointment. He didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
First and goal at the 1. They try and run for it here with Brown. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Malcolm Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Malcolm Brown who ended it with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Green to bring it back. And able to get this out to the 25.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And as these guys enter play in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 6 catches, 67 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. he had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Going deep for Hopkins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
And there shouldn't be any surprise at all when we watch it. Flash his arm. Easy motion, easy action, and that ball flies downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Michael Brocker is in on the stop. It's a gain of 2 yards.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Dan Arnold, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
They do go for it. It's Murray. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Brown on the carry. It past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They go with Brown. He'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Brown, the ball carrier.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Gone. Now they're staring Arizona's defense does its job.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
1-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first.
The score, Rams 10, Cardinals nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Green to bring it back. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
10 at their own 23-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's going to float this one deep. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Complete.
Andy Isabella, 77 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
That's good for an LA Rams. 1st and 10 at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Brown. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Deontay.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. 2nd
and 5 now. Goff toward the right sideline, but It's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Isaiah Simmons there defensively.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun. Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 3rd. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Brown. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. To throw is Goff. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. Gay's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
Rams 13, Cardinals 7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard
Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is end of the weekend in the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Johnson.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
And
the goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Murray to give. This is great. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, Murray. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins.
First down, Cardinal.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Arizona.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line.
It's 3rd down.
And here's Murray. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. So 2 third down conversions on this drive. But not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. He can run for it, and he will. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, 29 yards. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't work.
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now a slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
So Jared Goff, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. On first down, gone. That'll be caught by Cup. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now it's Peterson. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. And that's probably the right idea. And the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Murray. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. These guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Murray's pass intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
That catch good for only a couple.
41-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. The final shot before break here. Goff. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they lead the visiting Raiders at halftime. Tim Patrick, a touchdown catch in that first half. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Green to bring it back. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as was a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman trying to block him.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Going for the... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The ball's out. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, 79 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double-dog dare him to do that?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Simple Webster on the return. The Rams take over 1st and 10.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a first down throw. Gone. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun to give to Henderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Brown. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and it's 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gone. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Goff now to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On first down, it's Brown. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors. Home, you'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On play action, it's Murray. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Goff. Traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That's how you get fired up, baby. That's how you get fired up.
Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He starts the drive by handing it to Brown.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence.
Coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 30.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running, it's Drake. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's a gain of 8.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
And when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17.
30, Rams 13.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch catch and run. 74 yards. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
In the backfield by himself is Brown, second and goal. Back to throw, Goff. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Isaiah Simmons
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Now Goff. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. Tyler Higbee. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Green to bring it back.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On first down, Drake. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuko.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Complete to Kenyon Drake. A 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a draw play with Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The 20! And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down.
27 on the play.
So when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Murray. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw, Murray. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 26-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
Cardinals 33, Rams 20.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. So Jared Goff and the offense down by 13, a minute 36 to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Out of the gun, Goff. He's got a man, complete, 20, 10, touchdown, LA. Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, this thing's not done. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead will shrink to 6. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
27.
A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Murray to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Roughing the passer, defense.
stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Drake. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring.
Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
To Andy Isabella.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. Shotgun now from Murray. Flushed out right. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now Goff on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. That will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go through with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The football going back over to Arizona now. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. They'll run on first down. It's Drake. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
A 3-yard pick.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
At the Rams' 28-yard line.
Murray going to fire one out wide. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Arizona, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for L.A., they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis,